Let's go to Eldorado Park, where residents there are unhappy with their councillors, accusing them of having done very little for the Johannesburg community. The residents are expected to hand over a memorandum of grievances today, and we've got eNCA's Heidi Giokos, who is out in Eldorado Park and joins us for an update. Heidi, I mean, what is set to be in the memorandum that is going to be shared with the leaders of that particular community, and just really some of the struggles that they've had to deal with for a number of years, one would assume. We can see the myriad posters behind you there of different issues that they deal with every single day of their lives.
Yes, so I think it's important to highlight the fact that we have marched, or rather we have arrived at the Aldo's police station with community members marching here, and the big concern here is the fact that nobody from the Patriotic Alliance has arrived to receive the memorandum. And community members are saying that they had arrived here in hope that the ward councillor or anybody from the PA would listen to them. But I think what's rather peculiar here, Ropiwa, and I'm not sure if my cameraman can just show you, Tebogo can just show you, he is showing you now before we get into the interview that a number of community members have gathered outside the Aldo's police station, and they are basically calling for the station commander to be removed because of the massive gun issue and gangsterism that's plaguing this community. But it seems as though these two groups, so the community that has been marching here to get Patriotic Alliance ward councillors to engage with them, and the group that's outside the police station aren't really engaging or really getting along with each other, which is worrying, because if communities are facing the same problem, they should be able to get along and try and get this community to be a safe community. I want us to bring in Candace, who we spoke to earlier on, about the fact that you have not had anyone receive this memorandum. How does this make you feel, and what's your next plan of action?
In all honesty, it doesn't come as a surprise. I was going to be surprised if they were here. We did notify them about what's going to happen, about our march and our memorandum. We've also advised them, because we know that people are busy, that they should send in a representative if they are not going to be available. But as always, the disrespect that the PA shows doesn't come as a surprise. They do not listen to people that's not affiliated to them, and they're not willing to listen to our concerns or to even see what's on our memorandum. But we do have next steps that we are going to take. We are not going to leave it here. We are part of this community, and we want to be heard, and we are going to be heard.
So we got a chance to speak to the Patriotic Alliance's Ashley Souls, and he says that he's willing to engage should there be evidence presented to them, and this is a minority part of the Aldo's community, almost saying that they know what the issues are, but they are trying to deal with it, and ward councillors are doing everything they can. But you have a very different message and a different experience.
Obviously, minority, even if it was only one person standing here. It's a person of Eldorado Park, it's a resident of Eldorado Park, and they should have at least showed that person a courtesy of showing up. So irregardless of the numbers, each and every one of us lives in this, and we need to be heard. And when it comes to this allegations that they're speaking of, we have proof of emails we sent with supporting evidence, but it hasn't been addressed. It has been sent to their chief whip as well of PA, and no, they do not address. The only response we always get is that they are going to stand behind their ward councillors. So that tells me what they are saying to us is we do not care.
Okay, I just need to get clarity on what exactly you are asking for to be addressed.
Ma'am, it's various issues, especially one.
Top three.
Them stepping out of their mandate. It's ward committee members that they are not acknowledging. There's everything. And the disrespect, that's one. That one is number one, please. The disrespect, how they speak to residents. And not even, let us also mention the mere fact that one of the councillors has a case against him for assault and does not even show up to court. That is how they disrespect us.
Okay, what is your next plan of action? Because clearly the PA has not arrived to receive your memorandum. What are you going to do moving forward?
Moving forward, next plan is Speaker, then MEC.
MEC of who?
Of local governments.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you so much. As you can see here, I'm not really sure what's going on here, but But anyway, let's just move on, Ropiwa. So we do understand that this community here will be moving over to the MEC's office and hopefully try and get a response given their concerns and their complaints. We will, of course, be also engaging further with the Patriotic Alliance to get a response about what they plan on doing and whether or not they are going to be engaging with this community. To end off, Ropiwa, I just want to say that we did speak to somebody that was sitting with his friends and he was gunned down. He luckily survived, but he says that one of his friends got shot right in front of him, and he says that he basically wants to ask JMPD or the police for a bulletproof vest when he wants to go and buy bread, because he says that's how bad the violence is in Aldo. So hopefully that will be addressed, but we'll definitely be speaking to all those involved to see what they plan on doing.
Absolutely, very worrying situation there in terms of crime. Heidi Giokos, I don't know what is going to be happening going forward.
There's a... Come here and you want to come against the justice we are fighting for. We are coming against the justice. What justice are you
Okay, so I think what's important to highlight is the fact that these two groups that I mentioned earlier in the report, Ropiwa, are not getting along, and it seems as though it's political parties trying to express their different views and concerns. But the issue here is the fact that this gentleman that the JMPD is pushing away has been recording this, and the other side of the community saying that this is in contravention of the Poppy Act. So it seems as though it's a bit of a concern, and these two communities are obviously not getting along.
No, they're not indeed. Heidi Giokos, stay safe, and we will be catching up with you later on in the day on developments around what is happening there in Eldorado Park, and of course the issues that have been raised by community members. That is Heidi Giokos out in Eldorado Park. You can see a little bit of commotion that started to ensue there.